Amina Cabaret is an individual I met years ago while touring the Fringe. He's come all the way from the UK. Please welcome Monkey Poet.
Oh, yeah.
Hello! And goodbye! It's my last night in New York. Man, seriously. Although I will be returning on the 29th of March, performing a show in this space. Squeeze that in now, actually. It's been absolutely fucking brilliant. It's been 3 years since I've been here. And I've come back, and it's only now sunken into me, as it always does. You know, when you leave and you're really busy and you arrive somewhere, and it took me about 5 days before I fucking hell, I'm in New York! And it was when I was going through Central Park. Stoned in New York. That was the other reason why it took me about 6 days to catch up. But it's been 3 years since I've been here, almost exactly, because it runs with a Frigid. It's been 3 years since I met two amazing people called Julian and Rob, who have put me up here. And what's even weirder is, it's been 3 years since they met each other, and they're now married. And so happy, and thank you so much for putting up with me as well as putting me up. This is a poem that's relevant to the UK, really, that's why I wrote it, but it's also why I like New York. I just came here and I was like, fucking hell, this is exactly what I was thinking of when I did it. People have been protesting the Sochi Winter Olympics for a very good reason, very homophobic. However, there was other people protesting before that, and that was the Circassians, and my grandfather was Circassian. And Sochi is the port where the victims of the first modern day, yeah, you get away with it, American, the first modern day ethnic cleansing was within just about like 20 years, something like that. It's really close. Happened at Sochi, and that was when all the Circassians were sent to Turkey, and I think about 25,000 of them died there. So there's protests on for that. The reason I'm telling you that is just so you know what a Circassian is, and that's what my granddad was. He ran away from Stalin during the Second World War, and he met my grandma, and she was running away from Stalin, because that was dead fucking popular to do during the Second World War. See Stalin, no, not there! And yeah, Second World War was the best thing that ever happened for me personally, because without it I wouldn't fucking be here in front of you now. Grandfather's Circassian, he meets my grandmother, she's Polish, they flee to Austria, walk over the Alps and into Italy, and get married in there, and that's dead romantic, it's fucking wrong, you know? Yeah. And then they walk back over the Alps, because like there's still a war going on in Italy, and it stopped in Austria, and I've never told my grandma it's a long way to the shops, because she's just BANG! I want to cross the Alps twice! Which is fair enough. So, they settle into Austria in a displaced persons camp, as we would call a refugee camp. My dad's born there, and then he comes to the UK as the family do in 1949. He settled down in Manchester. My dad meets a mum who's a Scouser, which means she's from Liverpool, which means she's Irish down the line, because she is. And one of her grandparents is French, so it's a Circassian, Polish, Austrian, French, Irish Scouser. The whole idea of patriotism has been a bit funny for me over the years. And New York seems to be the place where people just have, like you all get on here, it's fucking beautiful. Anyway, it's taken me ages to get to the poem, but I'll get to the poem. This is called How to Be Patriotic Without Sounding Like a White Supremacist. Ever since I was a kid, I felt different. The only child at school with Circassian name at the height of Reagan and Thatcher's anti-Soviet game made me understand the term, the reference and the frame for that word, outsider. And growing up in society, I noticed the have-nots, the have-not-a-lots, and the hypocrisy of the people at the top. My first time as a protester was age 7, trying to stop Margaret Thatcher taking away free milk from schools. We tried, and we failed. Maggie Thatcher, milk snatcher! Maggie Thatcher, milk snatcher! Was the playground's protesters' lament. As I said, we were 7. It was worthwhile. And it didn't matter that I'm lactose intolerant. And then seeing Ethiopia on the news late, a friend and I are in 20 rounds at a housing estate to raise money and protest on, protest more, protesting the Iraqi war. I wondered what all my protests had been for, because they affected no change. And earlier on this year, something happened to me. Rather cheesily in poetry, you call it an epiphany. Whilst walking down a Manchester street to buy my groceries, I said hello to the Pakistani owner and I purchased an African yam, and then I walked down Rusham's Curry Mile past 100 Asian restaurants and then further past a Sikh temple, a Hindu temple, a mosque and a church, and I saw Britain as a nation that could one day be without curse, because the first Homo species arrived here 900,000 years ago. And in the years since that time, 1,000 other races have felt that the climes are perfect, and the British, in always adopting foreign customs, have fostered a British evolution. The Beakers, the Basques, they built Stonehenge with technology from Spain and Portugal. Homo heidelbergens, it's the Neolithics, the Celts, who were originally a tribe from Gaul. The Belgae, the Romans, the Greeks, the Jutes, the Frisians, the Saxons, the Angles, the Danes, the Normans, the Vikings, the wrangles for power that shaped this land, that gave birth to the modern Britain, the place I am from. And each new wave has been infused, each bringing different technology and tools, each all adding to the overall dream, a united nation of outsiders. And the laws have changed and come to reflect the needs of the few, balanced direct with the needs of the many. From the Magna Carta that originally restricted the monarchy, to you are innocent, mate, till you've been proven guilty. A united nation of outsiders that can learn from each other, lean on each other, share the burden with each other, not become one with each other, because let's face it, that is a glib wank marketing phrase, but celebrate. Viva la difference. That is the richness of this place, and cramped, congested, overcrowded, busy, dizzy Britain is my hope for the future human race, and we are nowhere near this utopia today. I am proud to be striving for it. I'm proud to be part of the UK. Cheers and thank you.
What's the date, Matt?
29th.
29th of this month in this venue. He's doing his full-length show, so please check it out.